It's Rose and welcome back to Cheap Lazy Vegan and another video. Today's video I want to show you 2 dessert recipes that are perfect for the holidays. So if you are going to some kind of vegan potluck or a Christmas party, or it's just a random Friday night, you can make these, okay? And these are delicious and perfect for this time of year. So before we jump into the recipes, I want to talk to you guys about Thrive Market, who are very kindly sponsoring today's video. If you haven't heard of Thrive Market, you are in for a treat because they are an online membership-based grocery store and they specialize in natural and organic items and they deliver them straight to your door so you don't have to leave your house. And the best part is that with your membership, you are actually gonna get these really high quality items at a discounted price, okay? And they actually guarantee you savings, which is awesome. So you can shop your vegan items really easily and actually save money. I know, it's wonderful. And it's actually really simple to shop on Thrive Market, and I think this is what makes it like amazing because you just have to filter out your different dietary preferences, whether it's vegan or gluten-free, something like this. And it's so easy to filter those out and it just makes the shopping process so much easier, and you can find so many different vegan products on their website. They have food, they have, I mean, all kinds of food really, and they also have lots of things like home goods, like non-toxic cleaning supplies, things like that. They have beauty items, so many different things on this website. It is a fun time to shop on Thrive Market. And of course, one of the best parts is that, again, you don't have to leave your house and they ship everything straight to your door, and orders over $49 is shipped with carbon neutral shipping from their zero waste warehouses. Oh, and it's for free. Yes, did I mention that? So free shipping over $49 and it's carbon neutral and it's zero waste warehouses. Amazing. And if you want to join, they have 2 different membership options. They have a month-to-month membership, which is $12 a month, and they have a yearly membership, which works out to be only $5 a month. So if you are interested in joining, you can click the link down below, and that's gonna give you 30% off your first order plus a completely free gift worth up to $60. So use that link down below and check out Thrive Market today. Thank you so much to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. And now let's move on to the recipes. Before we jump into the recipes, just letting you know that all the measurements and written instructions will be in my blog, and those links will be down below for each recipe. So for the first recipe, I'm going to be making a pumpkin pecan pie. Who does not love a pecan pie? We're gonna add some pumpkin to make it even more seasonal. It's gonna be so delicious. First, we want to preheat our oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and while that's preheating, we can make our pie. In a saucepan or a pot, let's melt some vegan butter and add brown sugar. I am using this brown sugar from Thrive Market, and we are just going to mix it until it's melted. Just keep stirring it constantly on like medium-high heat, and then just make sure that it's not burning, okay? So yeah, just keep mixing it. It might take a little bit of time, but it will melt. Then you want to turn off the heat and take the pot off the heat, and let's add in some maple syrup. I'm using this one that I got from Thrive Market, and I'm gonna keep mixing this as I'm doing this as well. And I'm also gonna add some cornstarch and salt. So it might get a little bit chunky, like mine was getting a little bit, on the chunky side. So what I did was I just put it back on the heat, but on like low residual heat, and then just kept stirring it, and eventually it will just melt. So yeah, if it gets a little chunky, just put it back on like low heat and just mix it until it's nice and smooth. And then you want to just take it off the heat and just leave it in the pot while we do the next step. Now for the next step, we're gonna be using some extra firm silken tofu. Silken tofu, guys, not extra firm tofu. We're using silken tofu. We're going to use this one that I got from Thrive Market, and we're going to add some of that into a food processor or a blender, and we're just going to pulse it a few times just to let it blend up a bit. And then let's add in that syrup, very sweet mix that we just made, and let's blend that up until smooth. Then I'm going to also add in the pumpkin puree at this point. I'm just using this one that I got from Thrive Market. It's basically just pumpkin puree. So we're gonna add that and blend it up again, and now we have this lovely, sweet and delicious pumpkin-y sort of mixture. Now I'm gonna take 1 cup of pecans, which of course I got the pecans from Thrive Market as always. And I'm just going to cut them up just a bit, just to crush them up a bit, okay? You can crush them however way you want, okay? I'm just cutting them up a bit, and then make sure you save some whole pecans, like lots of whole pecans, to decorate on top of the pie later. So yeah, just save some and then crush some, okay? So after crushing the pecans, we can add those into the liquid mixture, and then I just mix it up, I don't blend it, I just mix it so that we're getting some of that chunky pecan goodness. And that's basically it for the pecan filling. So very simple. And now we're ready to put the mixture into the pie crust. I'm just using store-bought pie crust that happens to be vegan, but you can actually make your own. I'll link a pie crust recipe below as well if you are interested in making your own, but I'm lazy and I just bought store-bought pie crust. So after we add that liquid mixture into the pie, we can top the pie with pecan halves like so. And as you can see, you need quite a few extra pecans for this, so make sure you have plenty. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just decorating it this way. You can decorate it however way you'd like. I'm not the most artistic person, but I think it turned out pretty good. And at this point, hopefully your oven is preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are going to carefully take this pie into the oven and bake it for 1 hour. And after that hour is done, your pie should look something like this. I recommend taking it out of the oven and letting it cool down for at least 10 minutes or even longer. Just letting it cool down before you cut it up and serve it, just to let it firm up more. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's try it now. The pecan pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pecan pie. Let's give it a go. It's so good. Nice and gooey. Tastes very like caramelly, very, very sweet. Oh, but the sweetness is like balanced from the pecan. Subtle flavor of the pumpkin, but it's not too strong. But it's definitely there. Ooh. This is dangerous. The next recipe is going to be some very soft sweet potato cookies. If you want to, you can make these pumpkin cookies instead. Just substitute sweet potato puree with pumpkin puree. All right, let's get started. So first, we want to preheat our oven once again to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And in a large bowl, let's add some vegan butter and brown sugar. I'm going to take a hand mixer and mix this until combined. Then let's add in some applesauce, sweet potato puree, and I'm using this canned sweet potato puree that I got from Thrive Market. You can either use a canned one or even make your own if you are not lazy. Okay. Anyway, next I'm going to add in some cinnamon and vanilla extract as well. And once again, this is the Thrive Market brand vanilla extract. Now we can use our hand mixer again to combine everything once again. Then in a separate bowl, you can whisk together the flour, baking soda, and salt. Then we're going to add the dry mixture into the wet mixture, but add a little at a time and just keep mixing as you go with the hand mixer. So I just started off with a little bit and then just added more as you go. And as you can see, it's starting to come together more and more each time. Now the dough was a little bit on the wet side for cookies because I wanted to get super soft cookies. But if you wanted slightly firmer cookies, you can experiment by adding a bit more flour, probably a little bit more sugar in that case. So yeah, feel free to experiment, but I wanted like really, really, really soft cookies. And at this point, you can also add in something like chocolate chips if that's something you want to add. I didn't because I didn't want it to overpower the sweet potato cookies. So once that's done, you can prepare your baking sheets, and I decided to scoop 1 tablespoon worth of the dough, approximately 1 tablespoon. I used a tablespoon and I just dipped it in water before each kind of ball so that it didn't stick to the spoon. Now the only issue with having like slightly wet dough is that it's harder to kind of like form into a ball. And you can also feel free to flatten the cookies like I'm doing here with a damp fork. I think you can actually do this after the baking process because the cookies are so soft anyway, but I decided to do it before. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, I don't think. They're not that pretty anyway. Who cares? Anyways, once we have those ready to go, we can bake these in the preheated oven for 12 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And once they are out of the oven, just cool them down for at least 10 minutes or so before you devour them. And you can pretty much finish at this stage, and the cookies are great like this, but I decided to also make a simple maple glaze to top the cookies. This part is totally optional and you don't have to do this, and especially if you don't like overly sweet things, then you can skip this part because obviously this is going to add a lot of sweetness. But if you want to make a simple maple glaze, here's how you do it. All you need is some powdered sugar. I'm using this one from Thrive Market. This is also called confectioner's sugar or icing sugar. So you want to add that that into a large bowl along with some non-dairy milk and some maple syrup. And now we just take our hand mixer and mix it until we get this lovely kind of thick liquid consistency. It's basically just liquid sugar, and you can use this for really anything that you might want to glaze. So I decided to glaze the sweet potato cookies, and I realized once again that I am not an artist and I can never make food look pretty, especially baked goods. Something about baked goods, guys. I don't know how to glaze cookies, apparently, so I'm just trying out different methods. Don't judge me. I probably could have Googled this, but again, I'm too lazy, so I just winged it. First, I like poured the glaze on top with a spoon to try to create like a little style thing. Then I tried it with a fork, try to make it look, I don't know, artsy. Then I dipped it. I kind of did whatever. And I'm just going to call this art. This is art, guys. This is art. Anyway, that's how you make these simple sweet potato cookies with an interesting maple glaze. All right, here are the cookies. I know I didn't do the best job at decorating them, but you know, I'm sure you can do a better job, so whatever. Let's eat one though. It's so soft. It's like seriously pillowy. So if you like really soft cookies, which is definitely my favorite, this is gonna be it. And I already tried some without the icing, and it's also really good as well. If you like something a little bit less sweet, you don't even have to make the icing. All right, you guys, so that brings us to the very end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. I really hope you try them, and if you want to try them, they will be written in a blog post linked down below, so check out those blog posts. And if you enjoyed these recipes, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And once again, thank you so much to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check out the link down below to get 30% off your first order plus a free gift worth up to $60. Once again, link is down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!